Let's see, folks. Millions of Americans have witnessed the gargantuan bailout of the crookedest banking fiascos in human history. Millions all over the world have witnessed the fact that the banking sector seems to be corrupt to the stinking core. Every U.S. president for the last 20, 30 years have remarked on it. The Congress and the Senate of the United States, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and every major news media outlet in the world has written all kinds of stories about this giant, massive corruption, money laundering and land flipping and daisy chaining and predatory mortgages and predatory foreclosures. Millions upon millions of people have witnessed it all. And the American public has been pooch screwed to bail it all out with their out of the thin air, right out of thin air, helicopter quantitative easing fiat bills of credit script, the shin plaster, the imitation imagineered dollars. Now, I want to shift subject matter here for a second. All over the Great Lakes, thousands and thousands and thousands of property owners are having their lakefront properties wiped out and destroyed so that certain operators, the investor class of the 1%, can fill the dams up with lots of water and generate a lot of electricity from their hydroelectric dams. The Moses Sanders Dam being just one of them. So let me see here. Let's take a score here. Millions and millions of people have witnessed this giant, massive banking fiasco, all tied to real estate. Mark Stopa and Matt Widener and all my friends across the nation. Billions and hundreds of billions, even trillions, are swindled out of the American banking system using these elaborate real estate schemes and scams. And then, of course, you've got all these people all over the Great Lakes and up and down the St. Lawrence Seaway that are having their waterfront properties wiped out so that certain very well-connected investors and the evil campaign donators can generate huge amounts of electricity from their hydroelectric dams. Now, I guess what I'm trying to say here is that there's an awful lot of people that have tried to label me as a nut. There's an awful lot of people that have gone to great lengths to try to allege and assert that I'm just off my rocker. Well, there's kind of a problem with that, because when you take a look at the scorecard, you realize that there's millions and millions of witnesses to everything that I've been exposing. How about that? And that's quite interesting. While a lot of my family and friends have done nothing but screwed around and gone to have fun, excuse me, taking vacations and, just played around like a bunch of overgrown children. Good old dad is, he's been exposing the biggest scandals and debacles and crime scenes in human history. So to all my family and friends that want to try to make me out to be some kind of an irresponsible boob and a nut, let's take a look at the scorecard. Folks, I'm going to end this one up with a Merry Christmas message to Donald Trump and to William Barr and Christopher Wray over there to FBI. You folks need to take a real hard, long look at the old triad mafia that were operating out of the Houstonian estates with Joanna Herring King and Charlie Wilson and the Khashoggis and the Gabanafars and the Bin Ladens. Oh God, let's not leave the Bin Ladens out. And the Clintons and the Bushes and Obama. And yes, Donald J. Trump, you were involved directly yourself. How about that, Donald J. Trump? I worked with the Triad Mafia too, buddy. Ain't that interesting? The old Triad Mafia of Gabanafar and Khashoggi. Clintons, the Bushes, the Trumps, the Cheneys. The list just goes on and on and on. Okay. Scorecard. Draining swamp. I think this guy right here has been draining swamp a lot longer than Donald Trump ever dreamt of draining a swamp. And frankly speaking, Mr. Trump, well, until you start addressing the Clinton-Bush, Bin Laden, Khashoggi, Gabanafar swamp in the Houstonian estates, there in Oliver North and Richard Secord and Poindexter and Casey, and that whole bunch swirling around the toilet there in Houston, Texas, you're not draining any swamp. You're just running a con and a game. Donald J. Trump, you're running a con and a game on the American people. And at this Christmas season, I got one thing to say to you. Shame on you, Donald Trump. Shame on you. And frankly speaking, I voted for you. I campaigned for you, Donald Trump. But I will not make that mistake again. I'm not voting for you next time because, Mr. Trump, you're a two-faced snake. Two-faced snake, just like Biden and Clinton and Bush and Cheney. And I can sit here all day naming people like Pelosi and Patrick McHenry and Adam Schiff, and I can go all day long. So, ladies and gentlemen, I guess I've had my say-so this morning, and all the information and links that you could possibly want are listed below. And, well, take a look at BCCI, Bank of Commerce and Credit International, the American Continental Corporation there of the Roger Altman and I can't remember the other guy's name. Roger Altman, and it evades me this morning. The old Gulf Manor Airport in Houston, Texas. Gulf Manor Airport. Gulf Manor Airport. In the Iran-Contra, Charlie Wilson's war, Manuel Noriega, Ferdinand Marcos, and the whole ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and Mujahideen mafia of Bush, Clinton, Cheney, Donald Trump. We'll leave it right there, Donald Trump. Have a nice Christmas, Donald. And remember one thing, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.